So Robert, I've heard so much about installation of Commander 2 in Chrysler Building. I would love to hear from you exactly what we installed and how is it benefiting the operators at Chrysler Building.
Well, sure. The installation was really they had an older power supply. They were looking for an upgrade. They selected the Commander 2. The challenges involved were that the location itself, it's literally what they call the attic. It's on the very top floors of the Chrysler Building, and the elevator stops 5 floors below it. So not only was it a difficult location to access, but every piece of equipment would then have to be hand-toted up to that location. The installation itself was a little challenging, where that they wanted some unique alarms programmed in, and fortunately the Commander 2 has the ability to do custom programming for the alarms and for the relays and the digital inputs. That allows us to go in there and customize, for example, if inverter 1 fails, enable inverter 2 and then notify us, and then move to inverter 2 and then monitor it. So something that's not normally done, but with the flexibility of the Commander 2 and the EM4X controller associated with it, it allows us to go in there and customize it. They have a large battery backup plant, almost 600 amp hours in individual cells, so it weighs a few hundred pounds, but our system was allowed to be able to handle that kind of capacity, charge it correctly, and make sure that the site doesn't go down, that we're supporting the radios adequately given the current and voltage that it needs to operate consistently. So.
And what does our system enable the operators at Chrysler Building to do?
Well, for our system, now they can remote access the equipment. They can monitor and understand exactly what's happening on any given time. They've set up some alarms and they've set up some data points to actually understand rectifier voltage, input voltages, when the battery is charged or discharged, the level of flow, the flow voltage that they're operating at, temperatures. At the top of the building, the temperatures there's some extremes, right? It's going to be very hot during the summer and very cold during the winter. The system's able to monitor not only the battery temperature themselves, but the ambient temperature to really make sure that the system's operating optimally there on the market.
And I think when you think of Newmar is, a classic example of sort of the American spirit, that entrepreneurial mindset where the company was founded in 1970 in a garage, and how they assemble in America and local workforce and local support, and just being able to get there to the site in no time and be able to serve the customer. All of it obviously played a part in Chrysler, selecting Newmar to do the installation.